Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make seolleongtang at home, that thick, creamy white broth. And you use beef bones, marrow, femur, knuckle bones that are cut, sliced thin like this. It may have some meat on it, but it doesn't, overall, this is just a bone broth for now. So we're going to boil that with just enough water in the beginning for about 15 minutes. And then this is a boil that we're going to discard. So we're going to throw away the liquid and then also kind of take out the bones. You want to rinse it just quickly so that you get rid of all the unwanted brown bits. And then I still have some here, so I'm taking that out. And then for about 5 pounds of bones, I want to start with about 4 quarts of water, and then you bring this to a rapid boil. And you may need to add more water as you go. You don't want the water level to go below the bones. So I added about 8 more cups for the first 2, 3 hours of boiling. And then once the broth becomes thick and white like that, then you want to add about 8 quarts of water overall. If your pot is small, you can do in steps. But anyway, you bring it back to boil again, and then you want to continue to boil, or I mean simmer at medium low, a full simmer like that, for about another 3 hours to actually in total up to 7 hours. And you add more water as you go. In total, as I said, about 20 quarts. And then if you want to add some meat, here's how I like to cook my meat. There's a recipe for 고깃국 on my site too, but add with some onions, radish, and green onions, and a little bit of water. I cook some brisket for about an hour. Cook it until it's nice and tender. Then I'm going to just put the broth back into that thick bone broth over there. And depending on, the pieces of bone you have, you may have a lot of fat on top, and I will show you how I get rid of that later. So anyway, we want to cut that nicely cooked pieces of piece of brisket. You can also use like flank steak, whatever meat that has a lot of grain, and see how it's nice and thin. So yeah, here, so you can either just decide to kind of skim off the fat on top of the seolleongtang broth you have, and then you may still have some fat, and that's okay. You can just kind of swirl it around as you ladle the broth out of that big pot into what we call a tukbegi, the clay pot. This is the way to serve it. You can serve it in a bowl, but this way you can keep it really nice and hot, right? And you can use a little, strainer there to again remove that little bits of impurities or little pieces of fat. And then to that soup, once I bring it to a boil, then I'm going to add some noodles. This is totally optional, but some cooked thin noodles you can add if you like. And then you can also add those pieces of beef that I cut. You can also serve it at the table and allow people to add, how much they want. These are some little meat that came off the bone. So those are yummy things. The bones that I used didn't have a lot of tendon, but if you find ones that does have them, it's great. I'm just showing you here how, like, yeah, all the marrow has gotten out to the soup. So anyway, here's the best how to serve it. Oh, my soup is boiling. So there we go with some rice, and then lots of chopped green onions or Korean teppa, the Korean leek. And this is how you want to eat it. You add tons of that, yeah, green onion teppa over there, and then it's usually served, or I mean seasoned at the table. So I'm adding some Korean sea salt here, 천일염, and some black pepper. You can also make some spicy tadegi, which is a bunch of chopped up like garlic and green onions with lots of gochugaru, Korean chili peppers. And here's another family meal that we had, and I have a video of it. Yeah, so you can
진짜.
do that too.
야,
So anyway,
먹어.
hope you make it. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.